back to the JLB Podcast. My name is Joker.
My name's Needle.
And I'm SwaGh.
And I'm Zach.
And today we have on someone who really needs to know. We're not bringing this to speed. What about this to speed? What about Talk? My name is Zach 207.
Alright.
I'm Zach 203.
Alright, welcome back everyone. This is the 6th episode of SpeedTalk. Today I'm joined by JokerFactor, SwaGh, and Needle, obviously, as they have already announced. Needle, what game are you
Which
playing?
one is which?
Needle, what game are you up to right now?
I'm playing Game 3 right now because I'm kind of bored.
Mario.
I don't have any games that I can play right now so I'm just kind of playing this as like a side thing.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah, you guys are never gonna guess what it was.
I thought you were playing like a Sonic game or something. You know what's really funny, Zach, actually?
Yeah.
At Summer Pace 2023, so, you know Widit, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
Widit itself. He knew that Needle and I hung out in the same group, but he forgot which one was which. So he walked up to me and he was like, "No way, Mr. NeedleMouse, right?"
I was literally standing right
close.
That's so funny.
Mr. NeedleMouse.
No way. Mr. NeedleMouse. Oh wait, I forgot to change SwaGh or Needle's names.
Oh my god. Change it mid-recording. You have to change it. That's fine. It's fine. I had something fucked up on your podcast as well.
What, did you put
I
Zach
had the
208?
episode number set to episode 1 for like most of the podcast.
Oh, you didn't even see it.
I didn't even notice that. What?
Yeah, I didn't notice it. Yeah, I didn't see it.
You guys didn't see it because I eventually Needle was like, "Hey, you need to turn off your screen share. It's like."
Oh, it was before the podcast started.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it?
No, it was like a podcast that had to change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all
Well,
noticed after it though. Like me and you noticed it. So.
I didn't even notice, honestly, like at all. And I watched the whole
Yeah,
thing
you guys
through.
really did it because as
Good
soon
watch.
as you left call, Zach, I was like half the podcast. It said the wrong episode number.
Yeah, right now I didn't even have time. I didn't even have space on the screen this time to put the episode number, so we're chilling. Because this is,
most guests you've had.
yeah, this is my first time doing more than 2 guests, so this is a pretty packed
Special,
stream.
like, I like the priority.
Yeah, that's probably why the layout is like a lot more shit than it normally is.
That's so cool.
Yeah, definitely took me way too long to set up this 4 squares and 4 names layout. Like it should not have taken this long, but it's good. But anyone watching, if you don't know, last week I joined the JLB Podcast, which is hosted by these 3 people. So
People, these 3 goats.
yeah, these 3 goats, and it was a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed this episode, then make sure to check out that episode as well.
We had a really good talk.
It'll be in the description.
We talked about Mario.
Yeah, we talked
Anyway,
about
thanks for watching, guys.
Got a good one.
Yeah.
Really good intro.
good episode. Yeah.
Really good episode.
But yeah, I don't actually know like a whole lot about what each of your main speed games is. So we'll start with Joker. Joker, what do you mainly speedrun?
So I've kind of been all over the place. I've been doing a game called Odyssey Mario's Moveset, which is Mario 64 PC port, but with a mod to make, it gives you Cappy, you can roll, you can spin jump. Pretty much if you take all of the best movements from 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey, you get OMM. I've also been trying to get more into some games that I used to run. I just set up my VR again, and I used to be a really big VR speedrunner. I was probably one of the best, like in the top 5 VR speedrunners on the rankings.
Oh wow.
And I'm trying to get back into that. But a lot of it has just been me wanting to speedrun like Nintendo games. I tried getting into like Bowser's Fury or some shit, but then I tried learning it, and I was like, this shit's too hard.
Yeah, Bowser's
Yeah, Joker, I think walking through it, and then we got to like Fury 1. I don't even think we finished Fury.
We didn't even get Fury 1.
Yeah. But then he realized how cycle heavy and how movement oriented the game is. And
I'm terrible with cycles. Oh my god, my camera won't focus, man. And then I also get really nervous to the point where I need to have a component on my live split hide my timer when I get to a certain split. So, yeah, I've just been trying to find some either lesser known games that I'll actually enjoy speedrunning, because I don't want to just play some random game that has no players just to have the world record. I know that there's this new website where you can compare your ranking based on what records you have with everyone else, and it's so cringe.
That's really
like, who really gives a shit? Just play what you want to play, improve on what you want to play. But sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. But recently I've just been trying to get back into VR speedrunning, like Vacation Simulator. That's a good game.
Nice.
speaking of Vacation Simulator, weren't you on like a dev react to speedruns for either Job Simulator or Vacation Simulator?
I was on it for Vacation Simulator, yeah, on IGN.
Oh, that's
My
it.
good friend, I Play for Fun, was on the Job Simulator one. It was one of the highlights of my speedrunning career. I actually, I feel the guy Mark Medina, who is the producer of that show on for IGN, he had DM'd me on Twitter on a Friday, like pretty late on the Friday, and then I didn't see it until like 9 p.m. when he was already done working. So I was like, oh fuck, he's not gonna see this till Monday, shit, I can't believe I didn't respond. So I responded and he didn't get back to me until Monday. He was like, no, you're good. He actually was trying to find a different runner's record by going through me. But then I was like, I'm gonna start playing again. I'll get a record just so I can be on this react. He's like, okay, yeah. So I did it, and yeah. Since then, I've just been kind of hanging out in that server, just being the moderator. But I'm trying to get back into it.
Nice. That's sick. I didn't know that you were on IGN. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can send you the link.
Super cool video. I think I watched the whole thing. It was super good.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna pass it to SwaGh. What's your story?
Oh god. So my main speed game, I play a lot of Mario Galaxy. I'm a big Galaxy 1 enjoyer. I speedrun all 9 3D Mario games pretty actively. Big multi-Mario runner, do all the 602s and stuff. I've been doing it for like a year at this point. Actually, this upcoming 540 race that's on like 28th of September, that's going to be my 1-year anniversary of multi-Mario. It's going to be a super sick race for me.
Nice.
I plan on I set my goals super optimistic. My first 540 was like a 13-hour time, and I'm going for sub 11 at this point. So you can really see the improvement just from that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Damn, Brooks are way less than me. What the hell?
Yeah, Galaxy 1 is definitely my favorite. Speaking like my first ever speed game was the Odyssey Mario moveset that Joker talked about. That's actually how we met. That's really cool.
Yeah. I started running it when he had record, and then I had posted that I had gotten the record by like a minute or something, and it was a 1:14, 1:15, and this I thought he was like hoarding records or some shit, because immediately after I typed that, he was like, I have 1:13.
Cringe fan there. Cringe fan.
Fuck this guy, man. But eventually
We watched it.
and we played Waluigi's Taco Stand co-op the first time.
That's
such a fun
crazy.
speed run.
It was actually really fun. We should go back to that, man.
I don't know if it's
I think we both speed run. We should probably find it.
all right. Well,
I don't know.
what about you,
It
Neil?
might not work the same though, because like the way co-op is now. I don't know if the old builds still work. You can check it out though. It's worth checking out.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I don't really speedrun that much. I mean, I became a multi-Mario speedrunner like once. I think it started with 3D Worlds at pace. I think like Joey was doing a 380 on the first pace we went to, and then it kind of just I did a 380 alongside him while he was doing the showcase, and then that just kind of like kickstarted like the multi Mario stuff then. But I don't think I would get into it like seriously until I moved with Daytendo, our friend Daytendo, and I really started multi Mario. So it'll be like, actually it's been over a year for me now. For me, like since I started. I don't really have a main game. I'd say a lot of people say 3D World is, and I mean, I can't really disagree because a lot of the games, like I speedrun, like I said, I'm a multi-Mario speedrunner, so I speedrun all types of Mario games. But I think 3D World is the game that I have like the most skill in terms of me. Like I feel like I perform the best. I feel the most proud in that game. SPM is like a close second, and then 64DS has been like piquing my interest lately. So like those are like my three. But other than that, like yeah, it used to be 64, but I kind of went away from 64 after a while. But I think like yeah, 3D World's my main game, and it's been frustrating, but fun.
Yeah, 3D World sounds rough.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been a weird like road for me. I've been trying to find my game, but I think 3D World is just like everyone just knows me as the guy who speedruns 3D World. So like at least within smaller groups of multi Mario, so I'm like, all right, I guess I'll stick with it. It's not bad. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to find my game.
You're not your happy place in the speedrunning community.
I think that's just all of us right now. I think SwaGh kind of found it with G1.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah. We talked about this on our podcast, Zach, but didn't you started with Odyssey, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Also, Joker, you were frozen on my screen.
Frozen.
And okay, that is for everyone. Yeah, it's at a really bad frame too. Like you have your like hand like over your face. Oh shit! Now Needle is where SwaGh was. SwaGh is where JokerFactor was, and
Hey guys, I'm Joker.
Okay.
Podcast.
this is crazy.
Oh, now Joker's tweaking. Oh, Joker's tweaking.
No, now I'm Needle.
Apart.
What is going on?
Oh, it's all gone. The entire layout is messed up.
Everything is over. Wait, is he offline now? What?
He's right. He's just offline.
He just dipped. No, I think he's just quitting. He's done. He's had enough of
That was
me.
not the podcast. That was a really good podcast.
That yeah.
Very informative podcast.
Yeah. I was about to go. I was just about to.
Where's he at?
I was just about to go over a crazy dream I had last night, but I need Joker to hear it because it's relevant to the podcast.
Where is he at? Imagine he like blue
I mean, I could just if okay, wait, he's back. Okay.
Now it's probably not as bad, but
I mean,
bad.
it's still okay. Now it's good. There you go.
Back in business.
Let's go.
We're back
Yeah.
in business.
That was crazy, dude. Everyone like swapped places on the layout. That was funny.
All right, Zach. Tell us about this crazy dream that you had.
Yeah, okay, so last night I had a dream and it was about this podcast first of all, which is crazy.
Okay.
But like it was like a disaster. It was like I was dreaming about the podcast and it was like I forgot to like put a layout in at all, and instead it was just I just still had my capture card plugged in and Mario was like in Shiveria or something. And then I think I just like I didn't have any questions, which I guess that part of the dream came true. Yeah, it was a disaster. That's about all I remember, but that was my dream. I hope you enjoyed.
That's a very that's a concept I have.
There's some members in our server who have the fucking wackiest dream.
Dude,
Oh my.
since Pace, I've had some of the most insane dreams like ever. It's I
After the
don't know
first place
why.
I went to, which was winter 2022, I had a dream that Joe Biden showed up at Pace and then performed a 16-star run.
That would be so cool.
Right. This is BLJ, and then you're like, it's a BLJ first try. That would be so.
That would be crazy.
I'm over him.
We gotta get that on the next session.
Fukushima cycle and everything.
Imagine Joe Biden.
I could just imagine like the Pace schedule on just like the last run of the event. Just Joe Biden.
On
Joseph Biden.
Yeah, that'd go crazy. I have a dream.
potential appearance
Yeah.
next to 16 star.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just be in the LTA, like the 120 LTA.
Yeah, into the
Just imagine Joe Biden sitting next to Cheese. That would be a crazy collaboration right there. Yeah.
He like hits all three throws, craziest pace. He gets up and he pops off like crazy.
Let's go! Let's go! Everyone's chanting, Sleepy Joe! Sleepy Joe!
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Oh, God.
I had a dream a few weeks ago that I was in like a Mr. Beast competition with like 100 speedrunners, and the dream, it was taking the wildest turns, dude. It was like the craziest dream ever, because I remember like everything about it. At one point we were doing Odyssey hide and seek, and I was hiding in a spot of Odyssey that doesn't exist, and then another spot.
That's crazy.
I had to turn on Discord light mode so
Oh,
that you
God.
could actually see me. So I got black.
That is crazy, yeah. Dude, my face cam right now. My face cam right now is not good. Like, I have my Chromebook like to the left of me, so my entire left side of the face is like super bright, and the entire right side it's like you can barely see it. It's like
It's like the uncanny images, like the.
Alright, let's read the Discord through Joker's glasses.
Dog.
I can kind of see it. Yeah.
You can see the extremely canny swag. What is something? We were working on something earlier this week, weren't we, for speedrunning? Like, isn't there an upcoming relay that we're fucking doing?
Relay. Oh yeah, we're doing like a 246 relay, which is like 60-90%. We're doing like a 246 relay race thing. It's gonna be super cool.
That's
Yeah, it's gonna be like 4. Yeah, it's gonna be like 4 teams or something.
So bad. I look like a unibrow with my glasses shadow.
Yeah, I guess for like the people watching, like our group, we like to do like relays like every month, like at least once a month. Sometimes. Yeah, we started this year actually.
Yeah.
Strange. I thought we started last year, but
We started
this year.
I think we did some November. Yeah, we did November.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what our
That was the first console series, 90%.
I don't think we like made the like thing official though. Like we didn't make a general list or anything until 2020.
Yeah.
I think November was my first relay at Pace. That got 2 viewers on Twitch. The fall Pace 14. The fall Pace 14 person relay. I think SwaGh was in that.
I was in there. I did Lake Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like
I got my freaking 325 Lake or whatever, really bad Lake, and then I was out.
Yeah.
So I've been getting back into Odyssey.
I've been playing so much SMO.
Yeah.
Last week I've just been grinding SMO. I've cut my PB by 3.5 minutes already. Super cool.
Yeah, now
I'm down to
2 hours, 5 minutes.
I'm not at 2 hours 5 minutes now.
Oh,
I'm at 114.
You got
114 now.
you beat 207, so that's good.
Oh my god, 207.
Sub 207 should be every beginner runner's goal.
Is that what the 207 means, or is that just the random numbers?
It's a random number, yeah. So many people think it's that I was born in 2007 because of my username. But I was born in 06, so it's I did kind of trap myself with that one when I was making my username.
SwaGh's Twitch username. Everyone thinks that his Twitch username, shameless plug, is SwaGh007. Everyone thinks he means the game.
Oh yeah.
That's
sense.
It's
That makes sense, yeah.
It's like the 10-year-old.
I always think GoldenEye. I always GoldenEye.
I mean, it's still cool. I think it's
I mean,
that's good.
like, you could eventually say, no, it doesn't mean the year, but, like,
Why not? Like, why? You know?
yeah, why? But, I've actually never played GoldenEye.
I've never played it either. I never played it either.
It's
I haven't either.
There's an N64. There's the original N64, and then there's a re-release on Wii. The N64 version is more fun to me, but
Is it on Switch Online? I feel like
I think it is.
yeah, I think it was ported to Switch Online. I remember.
I
I think that was in a direct, maybe like it might have been shown.
It's in, like, the mature one.
Yeah. I remember.
I believe they did that.
can go.
They should have hentai to that.
Bro.
They already got enough of those games on Switch.
Oh my god, yeah, they literally have a game called Hentai Land.
They have Hentai Golf?
Allow, like, actual
There were people speedrunning hentai golf for a while.
Yes! Oh my god!
Philly, yeah.
So awesome!
I gotta get a Philly on here someday to explain himself.
Yes, we had to get Billy on.
Yeah.
Philly,
Joey too.
Philly needs to go on my
Oh,
season
my.
2 plans. I have so many guests planned. I'm not gonna spoil.
Philly's like a
any of
perfect
them
fit for ours because
on the recording.
ours we try and talk a lot about mental health as well as speedrunning.
Oh, that's
So,
nice. Yeah.
And he's very big on like going to therapy and mental health and stuff like that. So it's perfect fit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't thought about it.
I never thought about it. I was originally going to talk to him at one point when he was going to commentate 3D World with me for Joey's GDQ hotfix, but he ended up pulling out at the last second. Don't take it out of context. But yeah, I never had the chance to talk to him. Oh, actually, no, I have talked to him. I talked to him on Twitter. I DM'd him on Twitter at one point, being like, "Hi, Philly, you're my favorite guy." And he was like, "Ah, thanks."
Really funny interaction.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I love Philly. Every
Yeah.
time I see his name, though, I think of like a Philly cheesesteak and I get hungry.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
That's gonna be a mental battle in the Joey podcast.
Does Philly live? Does Philly live near or in Philly? Is that why that's his name? I don't know. It might just be because of like the baseball team.
I think his
honestly.
name is just Phil.
Oh, I didn't even know that actually. It's crazy how many people that you just don't know their real names that you've
I don't know Oddme's
met
real name.
before. Like
I know Oddme's name.
I don't.
I know most people in our group's first name and last name, but like
Yeah.
runners out with us, like I know Cheese's, I know Simply's first name. I don't know his last name.
I don't know.
He told us while we were driving him to a bowling alley in the car at Pace.
Yeah, we drove him to the thing. Yeah.
I was knocked out for that. That
Yeah.
day,
Yeah, you were gone. We were like
so much. We
we're calling you so many times. Like, yo, can you answer?
Simply's gonna drive with us. You gotta get him.
Yeah, I was so mentally exhausted that day. I slept for like 18 hours. It was
You
sad.
slept past the.
I slept past the bowling. I missed
everything.
the 70-person 70-star relay.
Dude, the last day.
Like when that one kid went to school for like the first time and they missed like
Yeah.
everything that happened. That was literally.
Dude, the Friday of this past summer pace, I was so tired, dude. I fucking fell asleep like next to Buster. Like I fell asleep on the floor of like the pace venue, just like watching Buster like do cap KFR or something. And then I woke up and he was like, oh, I got like .01 off record, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, you fell asleep Swag on the beanbag chair, and then when you woke up, SwaGh was just like.
That took me the scariest thing for you, though.
I slept.
We watched him.
People in the Twitch chat were like, "Oh my god, that guy dead!" Because I was out for like 3 hours.
Were you on his stream?
Full of people. I went up and I fell asleep. It was empty. No one. We were like the only people in that room. We were like jelly people. And
Like,
when I wake up, the room is filled. I look behind me. I see 4 so rows of people in the chair watching 64 LT, and I'm like, oh my god.
That is crazy.
SwaGh, we watched SwaGh go and sit right next to SwaGh. It was so like,
That was so sick.
dude, it was ridiculous. Like,
That's so funny.
and then GTM like took a picture of me knocked out on the couch like in the back. Like,
Dude, what is it with people taking pictures of this stuff? Mr. Dr. Pepper took a picture of me when I was sleeping on the floor and he made his PFP for a week. Like, what is wrong with these people?
I took me, Cheesy, Swag, and Needle all shared a room at Summer Pace, and they all decided to share one bed one of the nights. So I took a picture of them when I was awake like 3 a.m. and just tweeted that with my boys.
That's crazy.
and we were just so tired, so it was just like the big bed. Cause I usually just took the couch that was there, and we just all fell asleep there. What the hell happened? We just got so tired.
I could not sleep on that. I could barely sleep on the couch. It was so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it.
Dude,
It wasn't comfortable.
yeah.
I'm glad
It was comfortable, but like I was like I'd rather you guys I was like, at the time, I'd rather you guys take the deck because you guys were like minors at the time, and I felt weird about like being the same set as y'all. So that's why I took the cabbage.
It's okay, Neil. Now we can fuck on this. Now we can fuck on this.
What? Oh my god.
Zach,
Yes.
are you running anything in this next pace? Are you going to?
Yeah, I'm doing Kaizo any percent. It's gonna be, fun. Yeah.
And I need to watch that. I have to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh my
fun.
goodness, I'm so hyped.
And also, I definitely should have mentioned this at the very beginning of the episode because now it's probably pointless to mention it. But when this episode comes out, if you are watching this like the day it comes out, I'm most likely right this moment, right now, streaming on Twitch.
Right now, currently.
Streaming on Twitch, the first ever Kaizo mode darker side speedrun with a route. Lucid did one, but it was like 12 hours. My goal is to beat Lucid's time and cut it in half, basically. So I don't know what his time is. I think his time's like a 12:30 or something. So I want to get like a 6:15 or better. And I think that's pretty doable, honestly, because I did a darker. I did darker IL today. I got a 1 hour 40-minute time, and I think everything else is gonna be like 4 hours to 4.5 hours. So sub 6 might be possible here, which would be kind of cool.
That'd be so awesome. Just like cutting the first run in half of anything.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That'd
So satisfying.
be cool. Lucid was like, I was in Lucid's stream the other day, and he was like, "Dude, Zach, you better beat my run." And I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna destroy your run."
Bro,
Yeah.
dude, the tweet was so funny because it was so aggressive. Yeah, I'm gonna do the first one with an actual route.
Yeah.
Clown on Lucid under the bus. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't even think Lucid saw the tweet, honestly. He took like a 2-week. I don't know. He's been offline for like I think he might have been offline for like 2 weeks because I didn't see him like at all. Probably just like getting adjusted to the new college semester, I imagine. But I think he started streaming again like 2 days ago.
In a few weeks, or not a few weeks, in 1 week, Ascend Joker. Have you had Ascend Joker on the podcast?
I have not, but I did. I think I met him before, maybe. Unless there's a third Joker.
He was at this last pace.
Yeah, I think I met him. Yeah.
Next week we're going to be on his stream doing Smash Ultimate to decide who's the real Joker.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Have you guys ever had like a Joker battle before? I feel like
This is like the first official Joker
Like
battle.
official one, yeah.
Oh.
Beefing on Twitter for like
The
Yeah.
Twitter beef has been so awesome.
months.
yeah, I think that Sen Joker told me that actually. We were
Some
at
people have some
Yeah.
people have like taken it a little too far once before. Like I think Ascend had said to someone, or someone had said to Ascend that like, fuck that other Joker guy, right? like unironically.
Bro, I was being genuinely like.
And Ascend was like, no, he's a cool guy. we just play our beef up for.
It's just like.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's just
Yeah.
beef, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Sen.
It all started on
Yeah.
April 1st.
Oh really?
Yeah, on
Okay.
April Fools, we both tweeted out like, it's officially over. I admit, I'm the fake Joker. The other one is the real one. And then like late in the day, we both tweeted again, being like, never mind, I retract my admission. I am the real Joker. And ever since,
Hey, no.
That's crazy.
yeah, I love that guy. That Sun Joker's super cool. And he's getting into SPM Needle.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think I met.
I just want.
There's been a lot of memes running pit percent, like flipside pit.
Yeah, Drells is one of those people. He's been doing that lately. He's been doing that in Mario Maker too. And this.
Yeah, I saw Druz, Ascent Joker. I saw Emily the Koopa doing it. So many people I
Like,
saw.
I would do it. It's just like there's not a lot of people in our group that like runs SPM or is in it. So it's like it kind of sucks that I'm the only one that's doing doing all SPM shit.
Droz is really cool too. I met Droz at base last fall.
Druz is so awesome.
Yeah. Me, one of like
Oh
the.
yeah, but he's walking on the wall, day 0, pace. That's the funniest video.
Dude, his energy at pace was so funny.
Snapchat of all things.
Yeah.
Snapchat of all things.
Yeah, I met Druz and last fall pace. Honestly, like that buffet dinner was honestly like one of the highlights of like any pace. I feel like.
Yeah,
it was just so chill.
That shit's fire.
We just had like a chill conversation, and like I didn't even like know anything about you or Druz before that, so that was pretty cool. Fall pace is a different vibe. You kind of just get to meet.
That's
yeah.
That's kind of like in a nutshell. You just kind of like we see somebody like new or somebody that wants to hang out or something. We just accept them, and then like it's like they're not a new person. Like we'll give you like 5 minutes, and then it's like you've known us for like a long time.
The danger zone, cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked, man.
Yeah, I mean, the last like paces that I've been to, I feel like usually like we'll just go out all together to eat every night. But I feel like we always try to get like one other runner to have a conversation with them, get to know them. Like one of the nights, it was summer 2023. We had not only Greed and Mista because we were hanging out with them a lot, but also we got Aussie Adam to go to Wingstop with us.
Very awesome.
I still need to go to Wingstop.
We did another one where we had a Rayoken and we just went to 5. We just went to 5.
Yeah, that was the first.
That was super awesome. That was super awesome.
At one point, I just walked up to Ray. I was like, "Hey, you want to go to Five Guys?" He was like, "Yeah, sure. I'm pretty hungry."
Dude,
Pace is such a different thing. I'm so excited. I haven't been to one in like.
Are you going to fall pace?
No, I am.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm doing
Oh wow, someone else is going to fall pace. This is crazy news for me.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us going to this fall.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really nice.
I really wish I could. Man.
It's gonna be like.
It's just Joker's work. It keeps him.
I'm hoping the JLB stuff starts doing better numbers soon, so that hopefully I can try to make that a job, and then I can start going to paces and again and stuff.
I'll
I would
tease.
love that too.
I'll do a very slight tease here, but for anyone viewing the podcast, take note of the calendar. Remember, this is a bi-weekly podcast, and try to like figure out what the 10th episode will be the season finale. So try to figure out like what day that season finale will be. Fall pace is November 3rd to 9th, so there might be some.
All trying to do math.
Might be some correlation between the final episode of this and fall pace. Is all I'll say.
No, I got distracted. Hex speedruns went live.
You told me, Zach, that you were gonna take our shit bite for bite. Chewy and Milo on the final episode of your season of the podcast.
Dude,
Take it bite for bite. Got the wackiest intro.
You gotta write a script. You gotta write a script.
We gotta get Zach the intro.
We were trying to in the first at the start of our podcast, but we never did.
Yeah.
We came up with some joke ones like, "What if he talk?" But then
honestly, I don't hate that. Like, just keep talk really fast at the intro. People just have to keep rewinding to understand what I'm saying. Like, you get that viewer retention. You know?
On the speed.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty funny video where you have to watch it in 0.25 times speed to understand it because it just goes too fast. And the video is about how you have to watch it in 0.25 times speed. Because retention rates will fucking skyrocket on his channel if you do that. Because it's showing that this minute-long video you've now watched 4 minutes of.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of
You
genius.
have to watch it in point two.
Galaxy brain maneuver.
That's a galaxy brace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wild.
that's why we should make all the podcasts just talk really, really fast, so people have to watch an hour-long thing in 2.5 or
Just
0.25.
Get an hour-long podcast, put it into like CapCut, and speed it up by 4 times, and then they have to slow it down.
Yeah, I could.
And then you have an hour. They've watched your 15-minute video 4 times.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I did just see Hex go live with them. I saw Sting go purple. But I've actually been trying to do more like Let's Plays on my channel too. About a month ago.
You need to continue into the pit.
Yeah, I gotta continue into the pit. I haven't even seen anything past what I've played. I opted not to watch Markiplier or anyone play it. But I am terrible with horror games. I get scared really easily, but because of that, I think I'd be a good horror game.
Anyone who gets scared like that is perfect contender.
Yeah. I feel like just like us, like if we were to do a horror game together.
Oh my god, I think
if you're too like if it gets to a point where like you're shaking like we're not, but like we should, oh my god, we need to get someone who has a DDLC. We need
that one was so funny. Oh my god, we did that before. Oh, so
Who
awesome.
hasn't played DDLC in our Thunder hasn't played DDLC.
Like that one.
Thunder.
Yeah. Do you know what that DDLC is? Like,
I have no idea.
I played the game like 3 times. Like,
What is
I played it so many times.
DDLC,
DDLC.
Literature Club.
Okay.
Oh. Dang. Psychological horror game.
Mask psychological horror game. There's, dude, ever since DDLC, I've noticed just a fucking wave of, like, games that disguise themselves as, like, these cutesy games, but they're really psychological horror. And it's just gotten so stale.
I've never seen any of this game.
It's a cool strat. It's like a cool like idea, but yeah, it's like
One game that I have been really looking forward to, and I want to play on either JLB, like together with you guys, or just on my own. It's called Subliminal. It's this backroomsy type game, and I am fucking terrified of backroom stuff. I know it's fake, but
we should do
it's that fear of infinity.
like stuff that never ends.
Like it's stuff that never. I have a recurring nightmare where I just drift off in space forever, and it's terrifying. I wake up in a cold sweat.
That used to give me. That actually used to be a fear of mine, but I got over it as I got older. Speed 313 is like a hack of 64 that does something like that, where it feels like it just never ends. Like it's just a continuous maze. Once you go inside the castle, it's just like there's no way out. You gotta find your way out. It's a giant maze. But I mean, it's weird. I kind of grown to appreciate stuff like that because it's like open world. I don't know. It's weird. It scratches a weird part of my brain, but I can totally understand that fear of like there's no exit. Like you're lost. You're trapped. There's no way out. I hate that type of stuff. Like when it's like genuine horror. It's like
there's backrooms games on Roblox and shit. Some of them are alright, but like then some people try to speedrun them, and I tried to speedrun one before. It was just so boring. It's just fucking you spawn in the level, find the ending.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's just get to a certain
it's just
part.
It's just a straight path at that point.
And if you spawn is somewhere random in the level, it's like okay.
God, those are terrible.
Yeah, those are.
The ones where it's RNG spawns and it's like RNG rooms. Oh my god,
it's so bad.
I ran the Minecraft backrooms thing.
I'm gonna try one.
Bro,
Developing that.
Joker, do you remember when we speedran Fast Mario's his game that
Yeah, it's so fun.
Agent Dimitri? That has that same kind of vibe. It was I had it down to a point where I was just hoping for RNG from these lockers. So in the game, like there's a lockers, and if you like interact with them, you get a certain amount of coins. It's kind of like a roguelike. And then if you interact with the lockers, it was like a chance to get 10 coins, 25 or 50. But there's two in the main area, so if you just reload it, you can just keep farming it. And I got to the point where I just had to farm it. It was so bad. Such a bad speedrun. Really good game though.
Yeah. Anyone watching, check out Agent Dimitri. I think it was made for a game jam, but a lot of people put a lot of work into it. It's really cool.
I haven't played the update.
Oh, they did? I gotta try that. So we kind of went off from speedrun.
That's fine, but I'm honestly like, I don't know what it is about this episode. I usually do these early, so that's probably why. I'm just tired. I don't have any questions planned. This is the more chaos, the
better. On the forum.
On the forum, yeah. Usually we do this at the end, but we can just do it now. Yeah, this is a fan question from Wookiees or Wookus. I don't know. I know him a little bit from like the Mario Wonder community from the 2 days I played Mario Wonder that I talked about. in the JLB episode. But
Yeah, he's in our group.
Nice.
JLB.
Yeah, he wants to know for Joker, when are you beating him in OMM 74? I don't know what that is.
Okay, so as I said before, OMM is that Odyssey Mario's moveset mod for 64.
Yeah, I know what that is.
You can do different ROM hacks in it, so like you can do Star Road, you can do 74, 74 Extreme Edition. There was a joke going around when I was running it before, that was I could get like nearly any world record if I tried hard enough, because I was the best player at one point. I don't think I am now, but it's
Probably Colby.
probably Colby right now. But he hasn't played in a while either. He does it on co-op mainly. But I never did 74. I only really did 64 in Star Road because I didn't really like doing Star Road either. I just like sticking to 64. It's the levels that I know, but with a really cool moveset that changes it up in a way that's my favorite kind of mod for any game. Just a slight.
It's just a
That's why I also really like Shotgun Mario 64. That was one of my
Shotgun
favorite
Mario was
runs
so
that I
fun.
I never messed around with it.
It's one of my favorite runs that I did this year. Was Shotgun Mario, but
That was such a cool run.
yeah. When am I going to beat him in 74 on OMM? If I really return to the game, which I want to, because I've been having more fun with it recently, I might in next year, but I don't currently have a plan for it. I kind of impulsively speedrun, so...
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Every time I speedrun something, I'm just like, what do I feel like doing today? And then I'll just do it.
It feels like SwaGh wakes up and he's like, okay, I'm doing a 242.
It's so bad. It's
Dude,
really
that's happened with me for all moons before.
Yeah,
I'm at the point because I speedrun so many games. I'm at the point where I have to wake up and I like whenever I feel like speedrunning, I have to like, all right, which one of these 9 games do I want to play today?
you should just like get a wheel, just spin a wheel like every morning and just like
Just like,
It's so hard.
just wake up out of bed, just like half like awake, like just spin a wheel like next to your bed, just be like, well, I'm just like gonna be today. Oh, it's sunshine.
yeah, for real.
We'll go back to some multi Mario stuff. Balancing games in multi Mario is so insanely hard because I've been trying for like the last couple of months or so, ever since like before the 602. That for the second 602, I guess. I've been trying to get to like not top level, but I've been trying to get like in the top half of multi Mario runners just because I think it's a cool thing. I love just the improvement and stuff, but it's
Already?
I mean, I feel like I'm close, but anyway, the balancing of all the games where you have to learn strats, like, and staying
A lot of
consistent.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with categories like Sunshine 120, like, nothing bad. There's nothing bad with Galaxy. All the blue coins really bad. Even like 3D World any percent to a point, but oh yeah, the memory is really hard. Staying consistent with the movement and just not dying is even harder than the memorization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never do it.
You'll really notice like consistency problems in the Galaxy games. It's not something that you'll think about. Like usually when you think of like a problem game, you'll think of like 64 and Sunshine. But it's really the Galaxy games, I think, because you can die so easily. All the deaths are super punishing, especially Galaxy 1. Galaxy 1, if you die in a comet, just say goodbye to like 3
Oh
minutes.
my
And
god,
it's terrible.
there's no checkpoint. There's literally no checkpoints. You have to start from the beginning. You have to read a text box and select the option. It's
Yeah. There was a multi Mario Galaxy 1 120 race like a couple of months. It was before the 602. It was a really long time ago at this point. But
Yeah, that was a long one.
I exited first half. I was on PB pace. I was ahead by a minute. I enter Garden. I die in Molten Sea. It's a Daredevil comment. If you get hit once,
Yeah.
I die 4 times, and I have a 12-minute segment in a 3-minute split.
It's bad.
It's
yeah.
bad. It's so bad.
It's probably one of the it's one of the hardest ones, and for the wrong reason. It's
Mhm.
just
I feel like like the least punishing one in the 602 would probably be 64 because the longest star in 64 is only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like 2.5, 3 minutes.
And if you die on HHC100, something's wrong. So
I actually in the 602, the first one I did, I died on HHC100. At that point, I was kind of just like going in without knowing the routes and everything for hundreds. That's why I dropped like a 2. I entered the 602 with like a 2:20. I peaked at 5 minutes though in that run. I got a 2:17.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I've watched enough 120 runs that I know the basic routes for each 100 coins.
That's where I was.
Like if you had told me, if you had asked me, okay, where's coin 75 in Rainbow Ride, I couldn't tell you. I know basically where coin
Is that? I think that's one of the blue coins. I think that's one of the blue coins. That's the last blue coin because you go onto the carpet with 80, I think, right? No, never mind. That's the second to last blue coin. So scuff. But yeah, second last blue coin.
If you go on the carpet with 80, then it would be that row of 5 on top of the falling block.
Yeah, because you get, 15 coins? Like, the 15...
Yeah, no, because it's more than the carpet. It's the second to last.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I guess
Headphones are dying right now.
Yeah. To add on to the 2 minute like time loss thing, that's one of the things that I think is a little bit hard, especially for when I've been practicing darker for Kaizo mode, because Odyssey is such a forgiving game whenever you make a mistake, like naturally, because of the movement that it allows for. Like usually most mistakes can be recovered, and a lot of mistakes, like even the ones that kill the run, like they still like technically only lose like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah,
but with
I feel like most mistakes.
In those, it's really bad in those Kaizo hacks.
Well, yeah, with Kaizo mode, like some of the areas are really tough. Like Ruined Kingdom, in 90%, there's a section. It's kind of like an only up section instead of taking a wire.
No, that's terrible.
Instead of taking a wire to the dragon, you have to do like an only up section basically. And if you die near the end, that's like a 2 minute time loss.
Is that in like Ruined?
Yeah, it's like on the way to the dragon. And then you fight 3 dragons instead of 1, but that's actually really easy. And then the Bowser fight is also very tough, and Escape is also pretty tough, because if you die in Escape, obviously you have to restart the whole thing. Killers is pretty hard. And then the Bowser fight, there's a bunch of poison waves and stuff, so...
Oh, no!
Bowser fight took me 2 hours casually. Some people, it took over 10 hours.
That's insane.
But then someone made a tutorial, and thank God they did, because if they didn't make that tutorial, I would not have gotten this into pace, because that was so hard to do without like knowing exactly how to do it. Darker's even worse, because Darker Side, there are like mini checkpoints, because Darker Side is like it took me 8 hours to beat the first time, and to speedrun it takes like an hour and a half if you do good. And that's with a lot of deaths. I think without any deaths it'd be like 40 minutes, but
that is still insane. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, so, it is long. There's 8 whole sections. The first section is like regular Darker, but changed to be like 100 times harder. Thankfully, the mod is on 1.0, so I can skip the first section with frog skip, which is really good because the first section is probably one of the hardest sections. Instead of Glide-On, you know all the mosquitoes in the Glide-On section in Darker Side? Flying around with the things? Instead of having Glide-On, they just have a few slingshots, and you have to bounce on those mosquitoes and get all the way across. And it is one of the hardest things I've ever done. It took me like 40 minutes.
It's insane.
That part. It is so hard, because they fly like kind of randomly. It's impossible to get consistent at, and you only get 1 cat bounce for each like mosquito. You have to you just have to dive onto each one, and they're so tiny too. It's so hard to see what you're doing. But thankfully you could skip all that with frog skip. Then the second section is like a huge only up section with like a few checkpoints. The third section is really cool, but probably one of the hardest ones. But they have but they made custom blocks that are made out of the death barrier. So as soon as you touch one of those blocks, you just instantly die.
Like Galaxy then.
Yeah, I think so. It's
like Galaxy. If they crush you, you just die.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's really crazy. You have to do these like these crazy like platforming things between these blocks. At one point, you have to bounce on a flower and like slowly fall down with like the flower thing, and it's like extremely precise because like you have to like barely tap the controller to like go in between the death planes. So that part's like probably one of the hardest. And then the fourth part is like low gravity. Like there's like 8 parts, by the way, or 7. The fourth part is like low gravity, which inherently makes it a lot worse when you die because low gravity takes forever to do. And it's like just a huge tower with these death blocks, and then single like blocks on both sides of the tower that you can wall jump off of, and you just have to like wall jump, homing cap throw, and then try to land on or try to wall jump off the next block without touching the death barrier.
Yeah.
So that's it's probably the hardest part. And then there's like an easy part and rising lava part. But then basically at the end there's a 7-minute only up part with rising lava that rises very fast. And if you die at all, like even at the very end of the 7 minutes, which don't even get me started on the fucking what the end is like. If you die, you have to restart the entire thing. But at the end, there's a moai, and you use the moai, but you can't take the moai with you, and you have to memorize that whole thing and go across a whole line of invisible blocks.
Oh my god, I hate that.
And if you fall at all, you die.
Game
It's so bad. Thankfully,
For real, that's literally what that is.
Thankfully, someone made, and then there's like 2 more sections after that part, which is just the most nerve-wracking thing ever.
It's so insane.
It's so hard, but thankfully someone made a normalized setup for the Moai section, so I should be good tomorrow. But it's still probably like I'm probably still gonna screw it up because it's still hard with the normalized setup, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my rant about Kaizo Darkers.
There's some really bad stuff in the Galaxy Kaizos. Galaxy Kaizo is one of the craziest experiences I haven't done it myself. I plan on playing. I actually do plan on doing some Kaizo Galaxy because it looks insane.
But
Yeah, I can imagine.
Kaizo is so crazy because at first it meant just like when the first Kaizo came out, being Kaizo Mario World. It just meant modded Mario World.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it meant.
Yeah,
But
it's just a mod.
now it's ever since that Kaizo has taken on new meaning in not in just video games, but also just in Japanese culture to mean unreasonably difficult.
Yeah. Because I think the word itself means
Because
rearranged,
the first
right?
modified game was difficult, and I think people just rolled with the fact that,
Yeah.
okay, that must be what Kaizo means, and then, like,
Yeah.
at least here for us,
It's
And
even
then
like a
everyone else
philosophy
just kind
now.
of rolled with it.
And for a long time, it was like 2D only. Like there's obviously like
Yeah.
Mario Maker levels and all sorts of Mario World ROM hacks. Now it's just 3D, which is 3D Kaizo is insane. Like
That's when it gets insane.
yeah,
64, I think 164 brought on 164 started yeah, kind of like 164 brought on Kaizo and Mario 64. I really like the Kaizos for 3D games, especially 64. There are some good Kaizos for 64 though, but the majority of them are pretty cringe.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. It's like you just collect like 85 red coins and it's like a super Kaizo. I hate those. Like, so,
I have two levels from both of the Galaxy Kaizos for Galaxy 1 and 2. So in Galaxy Reactor, the final level, it starts you out. You take 2 damage, no coins for the rest of the level, and if you die, you go all the way back to the beginning. It is insane. There would be a 6-minute time loss if you died at the end.
that's what it is.
There's a clip of Jay, like the current Galaxy World Record holder. He speedran Kaizo for a little bit, and there's a clip of him like getting insanely close at the end of right there. He had to take a 90-degree sharp left turn to get out of the way of Bowser's rolling shell. It's so scary because that's like a 6-minute time loss.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it's so hard to get used to. Like for me, like just getting like normal Odyssey, vanilla, so much fun.
Yeah.
Nothing goes wrong. Then you try Kaizo and like there are 6-minute time losses on the line, and you're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know the cannon lid that's outside the castle or whatever? That's where the Bowser 3 entrance is. So that means you have to get all the 20 stars that you
Oh no, dude.
And you start the entire stage, so you have to get all stars, and you have to do the entire stage with 1 health. There's no coins, and the entire stage is invisible. You can't see it.
Yeah, the invisible stage is crazy. With the Galaxy Reactor one, the stage is mostly normal. There's more like fire and stuff, but that's it. So in Galaxy 2, there's Stone Cyclone Galaxy, the one that has the tox boxes.
There's no way.
There is one, and they are going hyperspeed, and it is the scariest level I've seen. And I'm pretty sure there's a section where you have to get a slope jump off of one of them while they're moving so you can launch yourself. It looks so bad.
Oh my god.
I think that
There's people, man.
I think that Kaizo and Nuzlocke have kind of become synonymous with each other in the last few years, but I've always thought of Kaizo is just a really hard challenge. Nuzlocke is self-imposed rules. Because Nuzlocke, it's not like it's not like the game gets rid of it for you. I think there's probably a ROM hack that
there's definitely
for you. But like most of the time, people playing Nuzlocke on Pokemon, they just if their Pokemon dies, they just release it. But
put it in the box in order,
put it in the box. Yeah. Leave it. You can't use it again. But Kaizo, it's just I think Kaizo's more like Ironmon.
Oh, Kaizo Ironmon! Oh my goodness, what an experience!
I still don't even know what Ironmon is.
So I have some stuff to say about Kaizo Ironmon. It is one of the challenges. It's one of the other challenges that I've been wanting to get into recently. So you basically.
I know that TGH has been doing it a lot. Ever since he quit Celeste, he's been like hard grinding Ironmon.
So yeah, there's you start with it's randomized. First, most important thing, randomized. All the items on the field or whatever is also randomized, and you can't go to any shops. So you're unlike Nuzlocke, you're able to use items in battles, so like it's not as scary until you realize that you can only have 1 Pokemon at a time.
What?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And if that Pokemon dies, your run is over.
You can't have more than 1 Pokemon.
You can only have 1 Pokemon at a time, not even a box. You can't even box them.
You can't box them.
You have to release it. And you have to rock with that Pokemon for the entire game. And and I'm pretty sure there's also stat totals that you can't go over, so your Pokemon can't be like too OP. It's really crazy.
Yeah. My God, that sounds like hell.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of it recently, and it's something that I want to try for Pokemon Soul Silver.
I've never played a Pokemon game. It's so weird. I feel like.
No, I mean, there's a lot of people who have it. But they are super fun, and I've never played Pokemon. I do recommend that you play at least one.
I watched the anime before I ever played a Pokemon game. I think that probably the best Pokemon game for someone to start out with, I think, is Gen 3.
That's real. Yeah, Pokemon Emerald is like a really good one.
Pokemon Emerald or Ruby, Sapphire, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are great. They're the most updated versions of Ruby and Sapphire from the 3DS. But even then, like I wouldn't start with the newer games. I wouldn't start with Sun, Moon, Sword, Shield, or Scarlet Violet, because those I think kind of, except for maybe Sword Shield, have taken a step away
from
Sword Shield. Pokemon.
How was
like Scarlet and Violet? You can do gyms in any order.
Yeah.
How was Legends Arceus?
Well, the Legends ones, yeah. So
sound good.
Pokemon Legends is also a really good one, but it's not really like the Pokemon formula.
Okay.
Legends is kind of when you combine Breath of the Wild and Pokemon.
I just remembered that Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out next year, and I'm just
I'm excited.
I'm wondering if that will be a launch title.
It's a bit weird. It's the fact that it takes place entirely in Lumio City is gonna be really strange.
Entirely in Lumio City.
It's entirely in Lumio City, so like there's no outside or anything. It's gonna be really weird, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see how they do it. Lumio City is one of my favorite locations.
Gen 6 is my favorite generation. I can't wait for it.
I wanted to go back to Kaizo for a second. So a lot of people think that Kaizo's meant to be unnecessarily hard, like bullshit. And it kind of is, but what people don't realize is that good Kaizos, they put your game knowledge to the test. How well do you know the game's mechanics to be able to, go through these levels? I see it more in Mario World, where it just tests how well you know the character you're controlling, and based on the mechanics of the game, rather than it just being hard. It's not like good Kaizos. They don't have like blind jumps and like trolls everywhere. Like
That's something I've seen with like the Kaizo Odyssey. Kaizo Odyssey. I watched the Kaizo Odyssey stuff, the Kaizo mode or whatever. It was, I think that's one of the better balanced ones because
I would agree.
Game knowledge to the test.
I think it's one of the
anything else.
It is easily like hands down probably the best Odyssey mod I've seen, and I think Darker especially it's one of like I genuinely think I mean probably not because the programming is very different for editing a game and making a new game, but some of the ideas that Red Slay and SMO Joy-Con had when they were making that mod are just like genius. Like they could make like a whole game out of some of the sections in Darker Side just because of how different like the movement is. Like it's so interesting. Like I have to like play the game in like ways I've never even seen
how
tried
different
before.
is it than like Odyssey Master or Superstar mode? Because that was
way different. It's
very different.
Way better put together. It's so.
It's
much better,
Superstar mode was never finished, so like it was only like some kingdoms, and even then like I don't think all the moons in any kingdom were completely changed. So Superstar mode I'd say like maybe like 400 moons were changed. This one obviously says all 880 moons are changed a tiny bit. So
nice.
And Superstar mode, like I do think some of the things they did in Superstar mode are probably more like advanced. Like Red Slay and Joy-Con said that Superstar mode, like Skellix is like just better at like modding stuff, and like if he went all in with Superstar mode, probably would have had the better mod, but he just never finished it, I guess. And also it's because they didn't know how to like I don't actually know any examples, but I know Skellix like went crazy with like a wooded kingdom and stuff, and they didn't want to like make huge changes to the overworld.
Sand Kingdom before was just lava.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it's I think they said they couldn't figure out how to like make the quicksand lava either, which is like it blows my mind that something like that would that you'd imagine would be that easy is difficult, but then all the changes they made to Darker they were able to do, it's crazy that that's the way it works. Like
it really is.
I don't even know.
Yeah, so a lot of people who don't realize.
Is Needle like dying for you guys too?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. You're back.
I was saying that a lot of people don't understand that modding isn't just placing shit. You have to understand the game you're modding before you do it, because you can't just place lava everywhere and think that that's just gonna work. It's so much more. Because things like you do one thing, something else breaks, and you use one tool, and then you use a different tool, but then
it just gets all jumbled, and it does
the same thing as the previous tool, but something different breaks. Like 64, biggest example of what I'm talking about. Like it's annoying to get into modding this game. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Odyssey is like no different, especially like more modern games. I think are harder.
Yeah, more modern
games seems like such a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Like I can barely
realize how much shit in games is also just hard coded in. You can't just change it.
Yeah,
that too. You can't change it unless you literally change the entire game itself. Just make a new engine. Like you have to do that, which is not easy.
Yeah, dude. For me, it's hard enough just to get the mod, let alone make it. Like I can barely figure out how to like go into my hack Switch without like breaking it or something. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got my Switch banned somehow when I was doing Odyssey online, which is pretty annoying. Thankfully, the Switch 2 is probably coming out soon, so I should be able to like play online.
Oh, you got your Switch banned?
Yeah, I can't play online at all anymore. But Switch 2 is gonna come out like in 6 months, so it's fine because I'll be able to like play like online Mario Maker once Switch 2 comes out and stuff, probably, assuming it's backwards compatible.
I'm hoping the Switch 2 comes out pretty early next year.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident will. It's kind of crazy that we're like at the point where like a trailer could come out like literally any day. Yeah.
The Switch has been out longer than the Wii U, I think, when the Switch was announced. Yeah, no, it's definitely been out longer because the Wii U was only like 5 years old.
Yeah.
When the Switch was announced, and now we're in year 7 of the Switch's life cycle.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's been such a drought, I feel like, for Nintendo people.
I think Nintendo said, like, I think the president of Nintendo at one point
Yeah.
said, like, Switch is going to be, like, almost, like, double the Wii U's life cycle. So I guess he probably meant, like, 8 years. But, like, just because it makes sense. Like, the Switch is still selling, like, phenomenally.
In fact, we're now past how long the Wii lasted to the Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah, the Switch is definitely, like, the longest.
With the same graphics.
Yeah.
I wonder how limiting that is. As graphics keep getting better and better in video games, like, how limiting is that to developers that they still have to deal with what is kind of Xbox 360 level graphics on the Switch? I really, I wonder how that was for, like, Wonder or something, like some other game like that. Maybe even Tears of the Kingdom, because they must have been trying to upgrade some things on Tears of the Kingdom.
No, dude! Okay, how come Needle leaving didn't change where everyone was on the stream, but Joker leaving changed everyone? Now it just has my... Now it just has my PFP on over Needle. I'm Needle and I'm... Oh! Hold.
Mr. Loading screen!
Oh, he's back. So I was literally about to ask... I was about to ask right before you left, like...
Literally blue screen.
Yeah, oh, okay. That's crazy. Dude, you were frozen, and I was gonna be like, Needle, are you, like, can you move? Like, are you frozen? Because you were just, like, the way you are looking right now, it's like, you were like that for, like,
For, like, 3 minutes.
for like 5 minutes. And I was like, dude, is he, like, moving, or is he just really focused?
We were talking about the life cycle of the Switch and how it's now older than the Wii was when the Wii U came out. And
Yeah, I was listening.
oh, okay.
Oh,
I heard this.
Like, the Switch, I really wonder what they're gonna do with the Switch too, because you can only make
It needs to be
a console.
something.
You can only make a console so good of that size.
yeah, I
That's
think...
why I'm worried about, like, a new Mario Kart. Like, that's the biggest thing. Because with the Mario Kart stuff, I feel like Mario Kart 8 is the perfect Mario Kart experience. I don't think you can get better than
I can
Mario
think of,
Kart
like,
8.
some small, like, things that they could do in Mario Kart 9 that would be, like, pretty cool, but I can't think of, like... I don't
like,
think they can make it better.
game-changing mechanic or, like, something that you could do with a Mario Kart game to top Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I don't think any, like, mechanic would be able to solve it. Like, I can think of, like, maybe, like, a story mode or something like that would be cool in Mario Kart, but, like, I don't see how you could... Also, that'd be really cool for speedrunning, I think.
Yes, Mario Kart DS like versus mode was also like a really cool thing, and I'm really sad that they haven't done something like that.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing literally does that, and I love that game because of the story.
Imagine a new Diddy Kong Racing on the Switch too.
That'd be cool.
That would be so awesome.
That would actually be cool. That'd be sick.
Why has no one like talked about that?
Yeah, why is no one...
That's because there's been like, of course, the debates like, what game do you want for Nintendo Switch?
What game should, like, come back?
You never hear that.
Yeah, I've never heard, like, in, like, dead
I've never heard
series
anyone say
that should come back, like,
actually
someone
insane.
say Diddy Kong Racing.
It was supposed to be a sequel on Wii, and they like canned it because of like issues with Rare and shit.
I think another 3D Donkey Kong would be cool.
3D Donkey
really
Kong
think
would be
so.
cool, yeah.
I would love a 3D Donkey Kong.
I think they're probably working on one, too, because, like, we haven't had a Donkey Kong game in a long time. I mean, they're having Donkey Kong Country next year, but that's, like, that's not even that big.
If Nintendo is smart, I think what they do is, so that they can focus more on making good exclusives, they port, like, the 3 big games. They port Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they port Smash Ultimate,
I don't think they need to port them, because I think it'll be backwards compatible.
probably some other games. It'll be backwards compatible, but I think they should at least upgrade the graphics.
That's
a
fair,
little
yeah.
bit.
I don't think they need to, like, have full-on ports,
It
but,
doesn't
like,
need to be like ray tracing, but
Yeah.
like make it look a little better, I guess.
that'd be a good idea if they release, like pro versions of games, like, if you
So
didn't
that
have them
they don't
already.
have to, so that they can keep working on exclusives. I think they just bring those games and then add more content.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then they can work on more games like Wonder. Like Wonder was a huge step.
Wonder was really good, and I feel like it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wonder was pretty
Wonder
good,
was a huge step up from like SMB series.
Yeah, it literally just felt like a shadow drop. It got released so fast. It got announced it got announced, and then 4 months later it's out. It was like, what?
Yeah, they do that with Mario Maker too.
Brothership, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Mario.
I really hope Brothership doesn't fall off like Wonder did. It's gotta be the let's bring up how hard Wonder fell off for the 10th episode in a row.
Dude, it's crazy how many games Nintendo has coming out this year for the last year of Switch.
A lot of good stuff. Like I'm personally really excited for the Zelda.
Doesn't it come out like next week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's like right before the 540.
Yeah.
It's wild that stuff like that happens, and then you have the console word idiots online saying that we don't
gonna start
have
with the
anything
PS5.
like
Yeah.
gaming games, dude. That PS5 Pro, come on, man.
Dude, the $700.
Buy 3 Switches.
Everyone's flexing that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, why am I paying $700 for a Pro edition of a console that doesn't even come with the disc drive? I have to buy that.
I'm glad that
Okay, that is the crazy thing.
that is the craziest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you have to buy the disc drive is so insane.
Yeah, that is
Like,
absurd.
I don't think there's ever been like a good console that doesn't have a disc drive.
It's concerning. It's a concerning thing.
Insane.
It's concerning for the future. Like I really hope that
It failed. Like,
other consoles don't start doing that, bro. Like,
That's terrible. That is not a thing. I really hope that console does that.
I should say, Xbox Series X and PS5 normal, they both had separate editions of the console where it was specifically designed not to have a disk drive so it can be more price efficient for consumers, but also it comes with a little more storage so that they can download more games. I think the problem right now is that games are getting to a point where they're 200 gigabytes each. So
yeah, exactly. Like,
we're going to get to a point where it's either cloud gaming, which is shit right now.
Yeah, no, it's so bad because you would just lose access to it eventually, and it's like, what's the?
if that's never goes down, you don't have those games.
And if you're not connected to the internet, then you can't play.
exactly.
It's not as accessible.
Yeah, we're going to get either to that point or to a point where you can only have 4 games on your console at once, which is kind of how it is now.
Which is like, which it kind of, because it's like, unless I have like a 1 terabyte SD card or something, I can't have all my games, and it's like, I'm not gonna keep swapping out game
It's
cards.
different if you, it's different like if you're working at like a McDonald's and you want to get like, grab me an Xbox Series S. It doesn't have the disc drive, but when I get my next paycheck, I can get a disc drive. I can just get a disc drive to plug in. That's different.
Like a month.
But if you just wait for 2 paychecks, then I would just get the full thing with the disc drive attached.
I just hope that like in the future, like companies don't just start going like digital only because so many people I buy most games digital, but like still like so many like people like collecting physical games. And also, like, obviously, there's only so much storage your system's gonna have. Like, some people just like to buy a lot of games, so...
An important thing.
I'm extremely happy that Nintendo went back to cartridges.
I think they're gonna keep doing cartridges, honestly.
I think that it's in a step in the wrong direction to have cartridges that just downloads the game on your Switch anyway. But I think that cartridges that just have the game in it, perfect. It takes up less space than discs. They coat it with this fucking rubbing alcohol so kids don't eat it.
Yeah. Dude, they taste so bad. They need to make them. I hope they make them.
Cartridge challenge.
I hope they make them taste better for Switch too.
I'm going to be eating 10 Nintendo Switch cartridges, and if I don't, I am going to. I can't say that on the stun video.
SpeedTalk podcast.
It just comes to the.
I think I don't know, like, even with, like, it's like the PS5, like, the people, like, the PlayStation people and stuff, they're saying they're on top because of graphics. Bro, I don't want to be reminded of real life, dog. Like, I'm playing video games so that, we see these fantasy lands,
why is it that y'all are flexing 4K hyper-realistic graphics? I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, did you guys see the video, like, the comparison? Like, they're like, look how much better the PS5 Pro's graphics are, and it's the exact same thing. You're like,
It's like the exact same image.
you cannot tell a difference. I had to stare at it for a minute to notice a single pixel that's
Every time
different.
I've seen a reaction to it, they've always had like a face cam on, and every single time they have to like get closer to the screen to actually see it.
Exactly.
At the point where you have to get closer to the screen to see it, you failed as a console.
Exactly. Especially when it's $700 for that. Like, it's barely different at all. Like,
Yeah, I think the PS5 Pro is gonna fail. I hope it does.
it's crazy.
honestly.
I hope it does too, because I don't want Nintendo to see that $700 price. Can you hear my sister?
Yeah, that's what I'm so okay. Nintendo has the freaking Giga Chad like business thing of just doing nothing and letting the opposition shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
That's the Giga Chad mindset right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the reason why I don't want to say Nintendo's like on top, but the reason why Nintendo does so well is that it's like they don't follow everything the consumers want, but they know how to make it so that we get reeled in. Where like consoles are affordable, you know, like the hybrid idea. Like, come on, like why would that not do well? That's like an amazing idea, like
You're lagging a
on
little bit.
paper and like in execution. That was great.
Nintendo is still a corporation who is in the business of making money, so they're going to be a little bit. What?
We're in the business of making money?
Yeah, they're in the business of making money, and you know, every corporation, they'll just they'll still make decisions based on what's best for the company. But I feel like when it comes to decisions that Nintendo has made for the fans versus Microsoft with their fans versus Sony with their fans, Nintendo is still making the best decisions.
Yeah, I kind of agree, honestly.
Which
Like,
is strange.
Nintendo is
Questionable.
sometimes Nintendo makes like really questionable decisions, and they're known for doing some weird, random shit that no one asked for. Sometimes, like even like some games that they made, like everybody wants to Switch, like no one's gonna buy that. Like, what are you thinking?
Microsoft owns all these fucking game studios,
Yeah.
and they're all being closed because they made a bad fucking decision spending $40 billion buying Blizzard.
Yeah,
On a and Blizzard's main games are free to play.
Yeah,
that's true.
And
oh man.
But I do think, yeah, like I was saying, I do think Nintendo does probably make the best decisions overall.
I
Because
think-
sometimes they
remember-
just do stuff that no one would have seen coming, that everyone wanted, but they didn't know they wanted. So
I remember there was an email leak saying that Xbox was trying to buy Nintendo. I think it was during the dark ages of the Wii U. Like they had said that the future of Nintendo, they don't realize that the future of Nintendo is not on Nintendo consoles. What a statement that is now. But also, if they had bought Nintendo, how quickly do you think Nintendo would have just been shut down?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Dude, people like always like say stuff like Microsoft, like what if Microsoft buys Nintendo or something? Like that's never gonna happen. There's no way that will ever happen.
I feel like even if they eventually got in negotiations, even during the dark age of the Wii U's timeline, they still would have just laughed
Yeah,
at the idea of
The laugh thing
Yeah.
is insane to me, by the way.
it's true. It's like
It's wild.
apparently like Xbox has wanted Nintendo like for a while, but like they're not gonna get it. Like if anything, maybe it'll go the other way someday, where Nintendo buys Microsoft.
I think
But, like, I don't-
Microsoft is the most likely to stop making consoles after this current generation.
Yeah, honestly, it
Because
is.
Microsoft, even without Xbox, is still a $1 trillion company.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I think Sony is kind of relying right now on not only their animation division for movies, but also PlayStation. And Nintendo is just a
Well, they also have live action movies too, right? They got like Spider-Man and
It's an
everything. Like,
entertainment
yeah.
company. Sony is
They got the
Nintendo
TVs.
is the least likely to stop making
Yeah,
consoles.
Nintendo is a
Although-
video game company at its
But
core.
I am 100% sure that Nintendo is aware. If they wanted to make billions of dollars, they release all their current lineup on Steam.
Yeah,
I could do that,
They
but
have to
just
be
wondering.
aware, but I feel like they won't.
Yeah, that'd be. I don't know. I can't imagine
But
playing
that's also
Mario
why-
Odyssey on Steam.
The console sell well because you have all these exclusives on the Nintendo.
Yeah, that's
consoles,
true.
Too.
They do need
Like,
to.
And if you can have a game that good that you would make someone want to buy a whole console for it, you have to be doing something right.
I'm a little concerned for
Yeah.
Switch 2 in that I think that the Metroid Prime 4 is going to be like Breath of the Wild with the Switch and the Switch 2 on launch day.
Yeah,
But-
it's a multi-double release or whatever.
But I'm a little concerned because even without being on the Switch 2, Metroid Prime 4 is not a console seller.
I think it.
There's
A lot of people not into Metroid.
Okay,
the
well-
best console seller you can have is a Mario game.
The thing is, I think a 3D Mario.
or a Zelda, but Zelda's
Yeah.
definitely out of the question at this point.
I think the three most likely launch titles are the two that could go alongside Metroid Prime 4, because I do think Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch title, and I think that's good for the Metroid series. Like I think it'll get some people on it, and I do think it'll be
If they're
good.
buying like 3D Mario and
Yeah.
a Switch anyway, they'll probably see Metroid Prime 4 and be like, okay, yeah, fuck it, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Metroid Prime 4.
I think it'll be like the other two launch titles I can imagine are a new 3D Mario, which is what I'm kind of expecting, or Pokemon Legends EA, because Pokemon does sell well.
Yeah,
Pokemon
could work. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that a Pokemon game would be really, really good as a launch. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
I don't know.
The
It's so much
Switch
better, I think.
It's so hard to
Switch
say
lineup.
though, because it could be either of that or 3D Mario, and I don't know which one.
A 3D Mario would just be so huge, and it would work so perfectly because we'd be out of the drought. Like,
Yeah, I think it'll
we
be
have the
3D
new
Mario.
console and everything. It'd be like the win-win mega scenario. Because like, when you think of Nintendo, probably the first thing that comes up is Mario.
Yeah,
you can't really have a
100%.
better. You
100%.
can't really have a better console seller.
He's one of the most
It'll be an issue
recognizable
of, like-
characters ever. So
It would still be an issue if like you can't make everyone happy because then people on Twitter are gonna be like, "Oh, well, why isn't it on the Switch 1?"
yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
what if they want the better What if they needed the capabilities of the Switch 2 to handle it?
Yeah,
Isn't that Mario game supposed to be huge, like the one that we're working on, or was that just rumors?
I think.
Yeah, apparently, there was a rumor that it was supposed to be like 4 times as large as Odyssey, which is fucking boring.
Oh, really?
That ends up being true. That is insane.
I still
That
have
is
my
crazy.
fingers crossed for on the podcast that we talked about, like that huge Breath of the Wild fucking size
Yeah.
area, and then it's just fucking Mario.
I think that's what it'll
Hey,
be.
like my game. I love
He's the
open
bigger
world.
Bowser's Fury, like
Yeah.
Bowser's Fury
Literally,
is still gonna
that's what they're
take
doing.
the same engine.
Except don't do the
I'd like
cycles.
them to do a new engine, but I think the moment that a Mario game, a 3D Mario game, is like Sonic Frontiers is when Nintendo has failed, because
Yeah.
Mario would not work that way.
Frontiers was pretty nice, but it
Frontiers
still
was open world.
relying on. It was that, but the problem was also like the levels.
Yeah, it's
The levels within them were literally older levels that existed, skinned differently. It was kind of.
Oh,
Frontiers is open world in the same way that Mario 64 is open world.
Yeah.
It's still just missions. You go into these linear ass levels and beat it.
But like 64 makes
Yeah,
that
pretty
obvious too. I
much.
feel like Frontiers, like when it was advertised, it made it look like it was like Sonic Breath of the Wild, which is why it's probably
Yeah, it looked like it. I was
Yeah.
so excited. Then I bought it for
I was so
$60, and I was so
I played it.
Such a flop.
I played it in. I'm usually
Such a flop for the expectations. Like it seemed like a good game, but the expectations were just.
Yeah.
I'm very lighthearted when it comes to Sonic. I don't really too hard on Sonic. That's just like one of my childhood games. It wasn't that great. It was alright.
Here's the thing.
Just the mediocre tab. That's
Here's the thing from a closeted Sonic fan. I am a fan of Sonic. I love Sonic 1, 2, 3. Sonic Adventure is decent. Sonic Adventure 2 sucks. And the Wii games are pretty alright. The way that Sonic has been going because of Sonic Team, I think that's the American division,
He's gonna love that one.
is so
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forces was bad. I think Frontiers was bad. I think it was less bad than Forces, but I still think Frontiers was bad. And
I think it was just boring.
I've never been a
I
huge
think
Sonic
what they
fan.
need to do is what they did with Sonic Mania, which is bring in people who were fans of the game. Like, did you see the people who made Sonic Mania went on to make Penny's Big Breakaway?
Yeah,
and
I
Penny's
did see
Big
that.
Breakaway is fucking amazing.
That is a really good game. Yeah. I really want to get that. I need to get that.
That should seriously win Indie Game of the Year.
It should. I forgot that came out this year.
It's amazing.
It's such a good game.
Yeah.
And it somehow that was on a Nintendo Direct, which gave it so much publicity.
I think it was on a partner showcase too, which is like no one watches those, so that was just like
Yeah.
wait, no, actually it might have been September last year, the Direct. But I think it was shown on a partner showcase
I think it
too.
was on a partner showcase, and
Yeah.
then eventually it was also on just a regular Direct.
I think it started on a regular Direct and then went on to a partner showcase. That's
Yeah.
probably what it was.
But I think what they need to do, I think that's also what they did with like Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild for that matter. They brought in people who they were children when they were growing up with these games, so
Yeah.
they know what they like.
Yeah.
How you
Sonic
felt about Superstar or Frontiers? How I felt about Superstars. Like it was like a new 2D Sonic. I was excited. I love 2D Sonic.
Because
And
Mania was so good.
played it.
yeah.
Oh God, man.
How
I
did, they
hate it.
do, how did they get everything right with Mania and then do everything wrong the game after?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Superstars was not that good. I'm gonna be honest. It was a mess.
I do think that the Wii games were decent. I think Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Colors. I think those
Secret Rings are garbage, though.
Secret Rings is garbage, but Black Knight.
Secret Ring pisses me off because it prevented 06 from being a genuinely good game.
Yeah. Black Knight, Colors, and then Generations was great. So I don't know what happened.
Generations was really nice. Remake, that's about to go hard.
And I'm glad that they're stopping their focus on just Sonic to do a bunch of others IPs, because like I think a Jet Set Radio game is going to be so good.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I didn't think they were gonna do that again.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm super
what?
excited.
Dude.
Yeah, but sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent about
That's
how
fine.
Sega fucking sucks.
Nah,
But-
that's real.
But Switch 2 lineup, I think the Switch 1 lineup was literally perfect. They could not have had a better launch title than Breath of the Wild. And
Yeah.
no one owned a Wii U, so it was perfect.
I really like to be honest, okay, you can say what you want about 1-2 Switch. I think it's a really good seller. Not a seller, but I think it's a really good, like, demonstration of what the
It's a
Switch could do.
good tech demo.
It's a good idea, but they failed.
It should have been, like that in, like, Wii Sports. That, okay, I didn't even think about that. They should have done that. I don't know why that's not just a free game that's on your Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
When you buy your Switch, you get no games. It's like,
They advertised the sensor like thing. I don't think I've seen a single game.
No shit.
It was used in 1-2 Switch. It was used in everybody 1-2 Switch, and then more. The most recent game it's been used in was Trombone Champ, where you can.
Oh my god, I forgot about that game.
that game was so good.
That game was crazy. I saw that in the direct.
When we played that at Pace in the party, it was so
Oh, that sounds like it'd be so fun,
we played on
actually.
Joey's Switch. It was so fun.
That does actually sound
Trombone
fun.
Champ is awesome.
The best games
developers
at
would like
Pace are the ones that no one
the
would
only
ever
thing
play.
those stupid sensors do is they drop my inputs.
Yeah.
God, I swear. With the right Joy-Con, when you cover... Because I hold the Joy-Con like this, and it covers the sensor. And I swear that makes you drop inputs. No way it doesn't. Because
Probably
I
does,
did
yeah.
Honestly, I've been dropping inputs. Like, oh my god, it's so annoying. I have to hold my hand. Like, you can't really see it. But this is like my arm. I'll trace my arm. It goes like from here. I have to hold it like this. So then the sensor will like go to the switch better. It's so bad.
I don't know.
It went up
That's
over here like this, and I dropped every input.
I like how you had to like show where your arm was. That is
3D
just
Mario,
funny.
3D Mario slander, where it's like Odyssey runners trying to explain why it's the game's fault that their input dropped.
It is. Dude, if you hit... If you roll cancel and you hit an enemy and you try to jump and you don't get your jump, it is entirely because you hit the enemy and the game just can't process that. It's so annoying sometimes, I swear. But yeah, a lot of the time it is. A lot of the time it is our fault.
Motion controls on Switch are actually pretty good though. Like,
That is true, yeah.
Like,
Don't get me wrong. I love the Wii.
Okay.
Cool.
Using the sensor
Don't
bar.
get me wrong, I love the Wii.
You gotta. So it's like a 5-second.
Like,
Before you.
I love the Wii.
You love the Wii.
That was a great insight.
But yeah, but
No.
you're talking about the sensor bar. The
Yeah.
sensor bar is really
and I
bad.
cut off.
Yes, you did cut out.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's slightly better on Wii U, but it's
The Wii Motion Plus did fucking nothing.
I forgot that
it's so
existed.
bad. Oh my
Why do you have to set it down and calibrate it, and then it doesn't even calibrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Me with the freaking, oh my god, gyro drift. Okay, so for Galaxy, of course, I'm dropping my entire room. Anyway, for Galaxy, you hold 2 Joy-Cons. I got my Velcro set up,
Yeah.
and the amount that these cursors drift is so devious. It's
Crazy.
like, it doesn't matter how many times you calibrate the motion controls, it'll come undone. Halfway through your Galaxy run, 1P is over here, and 2P is right here. How am I supposed to do a 2P jump when I have to do like this to get to the Wii?
So you gotta like go
Yeah.
like this.
Like, come on, man!
Oh my
You have one job!
The Switch really should have came with a sensor bar, I think.
Yeah.
Not as this is like, I don't know.
Just better
It's
motion.
better. It's better.
Better motion control.
I really hope the Switch 2 like has better like tracking with that stuff.
Yeah. I-
It's not.
Switch.
Your glasses are all fucked up.
Shut up.
The problem is, I think that's an issue with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, the Joy. Yeah.
If
They have back
if
connection
the
to
Joy-Cons,
also.
if the current Joy-Cons are compatible with the Switch 2, then you're kind of fucked there. But if they release like maybe an updated kind of Joy-Cons that also work, maybe it'll be better. I really hope they do that. I'd like.
I think it'll be compatible. They I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if you guys saw, but the Nintendo, I think in next month they're releasing like a Joy-Con charging stand or something. And I think
thought they already have one.
I don't think they
There's
do.
not an official one.
There's not an official one, yeah. But they're
releasing.
releasing an official one, which to me says that the Switch 2 will have like different Joy-Cons or like larger Joy-Cons
Oh, boy.
because they're trying to have some way to charge your old Joy-Cons that I imagine will be compatible.
Yeah.
That's like the only reason I could see them releasing an official Joy-Con charging stand 7 years after releasing the console.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is weird they didn't. It is weird they
Picture in the
didn't
chat.
have an
I think
official
it's
one
their-
before.
It's also for controllers too.
This is their old ass patent. This is what the Switch 2 is going to look like. Yeah.
Switch 2, baby.
My Switch 2.
Oh no, the oval.
Yes, that's
That
Oh,
Mario?
It's Mario.
Mario. Anyway,
Oh, it's the actual controller. What were they thinking with these Pentagon joysticks, bro? Look at the.
Oh, hell.
what the hell? Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
before
I think it's like with inputs dropping, it's more of a problem with Bluetooth than it is.
probably, although I don't really listen to my gameplay with headphones or anything, so I don't know. Because I still
Well,
get
Bluetooth
input
is-
dropped.
Well, no, I mean, it's like the controllers themselves.
Yeah,
controllers
okay.
themselves.
Yeah.
Like wired controllers are better with that type of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, before we end the episode, because we are getting, we're at an hour and a half right now, which is kind of crazy. This goes by really quickly, like every single time. I do one final question for you guys, and that's what's next for you guys. I'm not going to do it in this JokerFactor. Not going to do it in the JokerFactor voice. I'm sorry.
What's next?
Yeah.
Alright. Who do you want to start with?
We'll go backwards this time, so we'll go to Needle.
Oh, that's less crazy. Anyways, I don't know. I've been working on this new project. Pretty much, it's a sequel to 64.
Shit, you're
in,
making
like,
a
real
sequel?
sense.
Making a whole new game?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen between 64 and Sunshine, so it's like it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Damn.
God,
It's like my big He's the music guy for it. He's it's that's my big focus. I think and just getting better at multi Mario. Just improving on that in general. I think that's kind of it for me.
That's sick. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, what about you, SwaGh?
Okay. Big multi Mario gaming coming up. Oh my goodness. I'm going for a 20 in the 602. So it's gonna be a 2-hour PB. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be a lot of hard work in these next couple of months. It's gonna be insane. I'm going for it's gonna be so much. There's that. I've been working on this FNAF sister location video for on and off for like 4 months. I really, really want to get that done soon because it's just been taking up space.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun thing I've been working on and off. And I'm super excited to get that out. That's pretty much it for SwaGh. That's all I got.
Cool.
Alright, Joker, pass the baton.
Alright.
You got the baton now. You have to here, hold on. Where am I at? Is that good? Is that right?
No, you have to up.
Other way.
Just up. If you're,
Oh.
yeah.
And then, there you go.
I'm pretty sure as soon as SwaGh's arm went up, Joker's went up at the same time suddenly too. I don't think it worked.
We
But,
just reached
yeah.
right up to his camera.
So, I'll just be doing more of the same, really. Go subscribe to the JLB channel. We're going to be doing the podcast every week. It releases on Tuesday. Also, make sure to subscribe to Zach207. He's doing this podcast. We're like rivaling podcasts.
Yeah. We're settling the beef with this episode.
Yeah.
We're actually starting the beef in this episode. We actually Zach207.
Yeah, I hate the JLB podcast.
Not subscribe.
That last episode, worst hour of my life.
This is the worst experience I've ever had.
We will not be hanging out with you at October.
No.
I'm going to be trying to work on more long form videos. I'm trying to do some music reviews because I'm like a big music guy, but also I want to do some streams of like let's plays of different horror games, FNAF, Into the Pit, that one Backrooms game coming out soon. But yeah, check out the JokerFactor YouTube channel. I also do speedruns on Twitch sometimes, twitch.tv/JokerFactor with 2 R's.
Do you have any plans to do Rhythm Heaven soon? Oh my god.
I was planning on doing Rhythm Heaven All Games All Perfects at the end of last month. I unfortunately had to cancel my plans, but I intend on doing it eventually. You'll see it on my Twitter when I announce to do it. But right now I don't have any plans to do Rhythm Heaven in the near future. But I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll have All Games All Perfects done, which will be like a 20-hour speedrun.
Alright, cool. Well,
But,
I will have everyone's socials, as always, in the description below, as well as the episode I was on last week with the JLB podcast. Before we end the episode, I'm going to announce episode 7 guest, which is going to be SudaiDelphi, or also known as SudaiDelphi, who's an Odyssey runner. Pretty new overall in the scene, but he has a pretty high amount of viewers on average, I would say, on Twitch. Like, he's a pretty quickly growing Twitch streamer. I forget when he joined the community. I think it was probably just over a year ago now. So yeah, pretty cool guy. And that episode will be coming out 2 weeks after this one comes out. So September 29th, I believe. I don't know how you guys do weekly. I can barely do something like bi-weekly without being
We have so much to talk about. We're constantly finding new shit about each other in just normal calls. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna quickly make the thumbnail and stuff because I'm making this video is coming out the day before, or being recorded the day before it comes out. So yeah.
subscribe to Zach207.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe. And if you're watching the day it comes out, go to Twitch right now. It might be in darker side. You can see all the craziness that's all happening here. It'd be crazy. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.